Hey there, friends, and thanks for tuning into the show. I'm Tony Barreto, and as always, I'm here with my beautiful wife, Brenda. Hello.
Hello. If y'all didn't know, we started a business called MeetCute Box, where we'll send you and your partner a curated date night box every month full of items only from local businesses around the world.
That's right. But on this podcast, we're going to research some relationship advice, give out date night ideas, and much, much more.
Thanks for joining us and hope you'll tell a friend and subscribe.
Well, let's get started, shall we, babe?
Let's.
Yay! So we are here with Tony from MeetCute Box. Hey, Tony.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
How are you?
Very good. Thank you.
Awesome. We're so happy to have you on the show. We wanted to ask you a few questions so our listeners can get to know you a little bit better, get to know MeetCute Box a little bit better. Earlier in the show, we had a discussion about our experience with the box and we loved it. So we wanted to know from you. Unfortunately, Brenda couldn't be here, but the first question that we wanted to ask you is what's your MeetCute story with you and Brenda, your wife?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, unfortunately, everyone's going to have to deal with my voice. Sorry. She's a much more cute and better looking. But we have our own podcast, the MeetCute Box podcast. If you want to hear her voice, she's on that one. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just me today. But it was a fun story. It's kind of like long and drawn out. So I'll kind of give you the cliff notes of it. But we both were in toxic relationships for quite some time, like most, I'm sure, could relate. And I was doing the, crazy guy thing with Tinder and going to the bars, trying to pick up girls, and pretend like I was Ryan Gosling in Crazy Stupid Love. And I was trying to do that. That didn't work out very well, obviously. And Brenda was kind of doing the same thing, but she was doing her own thing, like screw men. I'm just gonna be single with the ladies, and I'm gonna express myself. So we both were like in this thing where we didn't want relationships at all. And we had a mutual friend that connected us via Snapchat. No one uses that anymore.
Wow.
Oh, wait, really? I think that's like the children's app. Wow, I am old.
Yes. I'm with you. I think that was the only time I used it, when I got a snap from this girl. But this is probably going back 7 years ago, I think.
Oh my goodness.
And but it wasn't even a snap from her. It was our friend Ashley. Shout out Ashley, the matchmaker here. But she was sending me Snapchats of Brenda like in a romper, because rompers are like my kryptonite. And she was sending me snaps at they were at this like bar. It was a Greek bar in Florida, in Orlando. Actually, it was called Opa. So like, if you know anything about Greek bars, like that's their thing, and they're out of control. They're jumping on bars and throwing napkins in the air, like crazy stuff. So I'm seeing snaps of this, and I'm like, I got to go to that. Like, I have to drive there. So I drove 40 minutes to drive there and just show up. And I guess Brenda didn't know, but Ashley.
That's commitment.
Yeah. Well, I was like, I mean, worst case, there's going to be one other girl there, so I could figure it out. But I was like, I'm going to go for Brenda.
Sure.
And
yeah.
Ashley, I didn't tell Brenda. So I show up there, and Brenda knew about me through also snaps. And this was like a 2-month process. We were trying to meet up, and it never worked out. And as soon as I walk into the bar, Brenda, hammer drunk, is dancing on this table. And she's throwing napkins in the air and doing shots. And she sees me, and she just kind of gets this like deer in headlights, because she didn't know I was coming. And she's like, and she just like giggles this weird laugh. And I walked up to her, grabbed her down, and we started dancing. And then we ended up just casually doing a escape room that same night. We're like, hey, you want to do an escape room? And
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
super
yeah.
cash.
Wait, that's sick. I love escape rooms.
That's awesome.
You really get to know someone well in an escape
Yes.
room. That's a real test.
That's right. I figured even if she doesn't like me,
Yeah.
I mean, I have an hour to sell myself.
Yeah. Throw out the gauntlet. See
That's
what
right.
happens.
And thank goodness booze was involved.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And it was ever since then, I mean, literally, I think we spent the next day on a day date. We did brunch. And then ever since then, no joke, we did not, I don't even think we spent more than a day or two apart. Like, it was back to back dates, and we got married 2 years later. Or excuse me, I proposed 2 years later. We got married 3 years later. So yeah, we've been together almost 8 years now.
Wow.
Wait, but the real question is, did you win the escape room?
We did not because we we were with like 3 or 4 other people, and 2 of them were passed out on the ground. It
Oh
was a
my
nightmare.
god.
But Brenda and I were like yeah, Brenda and I were having a good time, like, getting to know each other, forgetting about puzzles, and, like, our friend Jared was like, "Hey, man, you gonna find the key?" And I'm like, "Bro, relax."
So, can you tell us about the story behind the Meet Cute box? How did you guys get that started?
Yeah, that, obviously the pandemic, in 2020, there was a pandemic.
Heard of it, yeah.
Oh, really? Shit, that sounds really shitty.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was rough for me. I don't know if anybody else dealt with that, but we were stuck in a condo in Tampa, Florida, is where we lived, our previous house, and our condo is a loft style, right? So there was no rooms. It was just
Mhm.
living room, kitchen, master room, and then the bedroom had
Yep.
again no walls. So we both like work from home, and we're stuck in this loft. And
Mhm.
I'm on conference calls. She's on conference calls. As you could tell, I'm loud. She is not, so she was getting annoyed with me. And then we're like, "Hey, let's go on date nights." "Oh, no, wait, we can't because we're on lockdown and we can't really do anything." So we were stuck in this 1,100 square foot condo, literally getting annoyed with each other. And we're like, we have, Speak Out the game and what else? Cards Against Humanity, which we couldn't really play with the two of us. So we had these like games, and then once we got done with those, we're like, those are games. They're not like we're not really connecting. Like we're spending so much time together, but we're kind of getting annoyed with each other, and we could tell like that quote unquote meet cute feeling was dissipating as the days got longer. And we're like, what can we do to kind of keep things spicy? And we started thinking of like these interesting creative ideas to do date nights at home, and a lot of our members have been able to experience some of those ideas that have grown and gotten more mature over the years. But in 2020 was kind of the inception of that. The name didn't really come to fruition until this past year, but we had the idea. We were doing these date nights, and then we started telling friends and family. And I was talking about it on my podcast, and then people were like, "This is a really good idea. Like we did it, we loved it. Oh my god!" And it's so much better than spending $100 at dinner and drinks. And we're like,
Yeah.
like let's finally do this. And it took us about a year to put together. For people who don't know that haven't looked us up, we outsource all of our items that are in the box from local businesses around the world. So it's only small businesses. You probably won't even know any of the items in there because most companies have like 500 followers on Instagram. They might have just started their Etsy business, but their products are really cool. So
Yeah, I
I
love
I spent
that.
about a year probably trying to figure out what businesses we could put in the box, and then we would curate a theme around those items. And once I got that Rolodex, then I got us incorporated and started our social medias. And then now we plan out months in advance what our themed date nights are. But that was kind of the inception of it. Was we were just stuck at home, wanted some cute ideas, and there's a lot of great date night boxes out there. Again, how can we combine local business with date nights, especially during the pandemic? That was one of our big passions. Was I had a buddy that lost his business during the pandemic, and I got laid off during the pandemic. We really wanted to make that a priority to where we can help these small local businesses. And, there's never going to be a time, I don't think, when small businesses won't need help, right? Because corporate giants are going to make more money. They're going to try to put
Right.
the little guys out of business. So we're really going all in on that.
I love the mission behind it to help out small businesses, give them more exposure, and the boxes come together so beautifully. Like it's amazing how you curate them with all the items from the different businesses, and they all just come together in this great package that make for such an awesome date night. And as a parent of two small kids, it's hard to get a babysitter and it's hard to just go out. It's hard to get out. So I love it. I think it's such a great way to just do it at home and like you said, really connect and have a little experience that you can look forward to every month.
Oh, well, thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, and I was gonna say we just spent it looks pretty now, but it took a long time to figure out what type of package, what type of box. We had a lot of friends that were able to sacrifice their time to look at all the horrible rough drafts of boxes that we but because sometimes like you guys know, right? You see the box, so it's it you open it up, and we realize that if we didn't wrap it a certain way, some of the items would fly around, and even those little shreds that you see in our box, we recycle all that stuff. So like old boxes that we've had, old papers that we don't use, we shred all that up as well. So it's truly handmade, and we don't want to, again, you could buy all those big shreds like Amazon sells all those shredded papers for like $20. You get like that. It's like, let's make it by hand. So it takes a
Right.
lot of time, but I think it shows it's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And I love that. I actually didn't realize that part. So it's sustainable
That's right.
also. We love that. That's wonderful. Very cool. Well, Tony, we have one final question for you. Perhaps the most important question of all. Okay. What is your favorite rom com, a romantic movie? Because we're talking meet cute. So we got to keep it in the rom com realm. What's your favorite from the 90s or 2000s?
Ooh, just one? Um, that's a toughie.
Okay. Let's say top
Top
three.
three. Okay, well, two of them include Ryan Reynolds, obviously, because it's Ryan Reynolds. So I would say number three would be, which I think more of a Christmas movie than a rom com, but it is a rom com. Is Just Friends, classic, very underrated movie.
Okay. Yep.
Um,
Yep. Yes, I'm familiar. Love it.
Number two would probably be Crazy Stupid Love. Love that movie. It's
Such a good
it's so
one.
great.
Ugh.
God, I can keep that on repeat. Don't tell my guy friends though, because they'll be like, "How come you're not watching Transformers or something like that?" I don't know why I picked Transformers.
Your secret's safe here
Okay,
on the show. We won't tell
but
anybody.
I would say I would say probably my top and my favorite one. I don't know what year it was, but I think it's in the 2000s. Was The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. I love that movie. That is so.
It's the one where it's his boss and they have a fake engagement, but then they fall in love for real. Sorry, spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
It wouldn't be a true meet cute movie if they didn't fall in love.
Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah.
kinda gotta see that one coming.
But there's so many good ones out there, and there's even a new movie that I'm gonna watch tonight, and it's actually called Meet Cute.
I was gonna bring that up. I saw that. Yeah, Pete Davidson and Kaylee Cuoco is, like, made for you.
Yeah, I did a fun TikTok stitching uh, because it's on Peacock. So I'd stitched Peacock and tagged them in it and told them about the Meet Cute business because when I got incorporated, that showed up as a trademark. But we're
Ah.
trademarked and we have a patent pending on MeetCute Box, not Meet Cute. Because my goal was to snag up Meet Cute, so that way, if anybody says Meet Cute, I make like a residual paycheck. But that's not how it works, from what I found out.
Damn it.
But yeah, so I might watch Meet Cute tonight. I'll let you guys know how that is. But that looks funny as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good movies out there.
That's awesome. So you mentioned your socials. Why don't you tell everybody what those are so they can go follow you?
Yeah, so go check out at Meet Cute Box, and that is everywhere: TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, not Snapchat. And then of course, meetcutebox.com. You could check out everything. And we don't just do date nights, by the way. We do gifts. We have tons of cool items like handmade candles from small local businesses in Oregon that custom
Mm,
created some Meet Cute candles. And we also have gift cards as well. So if you don't know what to get somebody, you can just buy an e-gift card. They get an email and they could use that to purchase a Meet Cute box. So all that is available at meetcutebox.com.
amazing. And you have also granted Now and Then podcast listeners the code podcast to get $10 off their first box. So we really encourage everybody to check it out. It's super fun. Who doesn't love getting an exciting little package every month? We love it. So we're so glad you joined us, Tony, for this little Q&A. We really appreciate your time. And yeah, check it out, meetcutebox.com.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Thank you.